Hi, today I'm going to speak about selfish ambitions, and this again is a work of the flesh in Galatians chapter 5 and verse 20. Now this one here, I believe, there's really no excuse for this one. This is really comes down to a person's inner desire to do the things that they do. So selfish ambitions, and what does it actually mean? It actually means that a person acts for one's own gain. And so a person that, selfish ambitions, remembering this is a work of the flesh, they may act to be a team player, but they're really not. And so they will go so far to, say all the right things, do all the right things, so they get in the inner circle. And once they're in the inner circle, then they begin to scheme and devise ways to get to the top. And this is selfish ambitions. And it actually means canvassing for the office or position. Have you ever come across anybody like that? Have you ever done it yourself? I mean, this is a reality. This is the nature of human flesh at times, that will desire things like this. And so, we may have this ambition to be successful. To be successful is not wrong in itself, but we're speaking here today about selfish ambitions that really gratify self. And you may have heard of cases where people will do anything to climb that corporate ladder. They'll axe anybody they can, they'll slander anybody they can, because all they have in their sights is to seek that position or that office, and that's their mission, and they don't really care about anybody else. And that's why it is called selfish ambitions. It also means, and this is very interesting, the seeking of followers and adherents by means of gifts. And so this is what they do. For them to be seen as somebody that is successful, well, you need to have followers. And if you want to be a leader, a successful leader, you need to have people following you. I mean, if you are a leader in a ministry or in a workplace and you don't have anybody following you, I would question whether or not you're a leader. But these people, person with selfish ambitions, a lot of times people can sense that there's something not right with this person. They'll be polite, they'll smile, they'll say all the right things, but they will keep that distance from them. So what a person then does, a person with selfish ambitions, it says here the seeking of followers, because that's really their objective. If they can be seen to have followers, well, then it really primes their ego. And so the seeking of followers and adherents, but if people are a little bit, dubious and thinking, I'm not really comfortable with this person, well, then the next thing they do is they pull a rabbit out of a hat, and by these gifts, they start telling people what they want to hear. These means of gifts, it doesn't actually necessarily mean a physical gift that is being given to someone, which it can mean, but primarily what this is speaking about is, you ever heard of the candy talk, that they will say anything. They find out what you like, the things that you don't like, and they will just seem to dress up a conversation and make you out to be so important. And once they've got you on your side, you become a feather in their cap. And the problem is that people with selfish ambitions, when they get to the top and they reach that place, you then become an item that's just so disposable. You've reached your use-by date and you become nothing to them. Now, this is spoken here as a work of the flesh in Galatians chapter 5 verse 20. And I believe in this setting in the Christian church this was happening back then, which I believe it has happened in this modern day as well. It happens in life in general. But the Bible's making it very clear that this is a work of the flesh. Now, the Holy Spirit does not lead anybody to behave like that or to act like that. He doesn't do that. So what happens is that when a person has this unhealthy desire, a selfish desire, an ambition that is selfish, it comes at the cost of walking over the top of other people. And that is not godly. That is not a good thing. And so, selfish ambitions, a work of the flesh, and, it's one of these things that I think a person, if they really want to be delivered from this, well, I believe and I know that God can do it, but if they don't want to be delivered from that, there's just no hope for them. And as much as the Holy Spirit would want to lead them out of that darkness into light, if we don't give that opportunity to Him, He can't help us. And so, selfish ambition, yep, definitely a work of the flesh, a dangerous one that is so damaging to good people. Anyway, be blessed, and I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to speak about dissensions, and that's going to be another good one. Anyway, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.